never know what hit him.
Oh yeah, we have finally arrived at the OSL finals. Yes, we are at the finals. I can hardly believe it. I've been casting this thing since the freaking round of 36, so it's kind of amazing to me that we're actually at the finals. But this is the finals fantasy versus Jaedong in a best of 5, and I have not been this excited for a series in a long, long time. Just because I think both of these guys are capable of taking it. Yes, I think Fantasy's capable of taking it. You want to know why? Because he has a great staff behind him, a great coaching staff, a very creative coaching staff, and he's a very creative player of his own. And Jaedong, of course. God, just look at Jaedong. Go look at the 2007 ever OSL finals. Look at Jaedong then and look at him now. He's just grown so much as a person, as a player. Actually, look at Stork, too, because both Stork and Jaedong are much better players than they were back then. And that's kind of insane, because they were pretty great back then, too. So it's pretty amazing that they've managed to become such great players here. And, yeah, hopefully Jaedong can show off his amazing play that he's been inflicting on poor Terran players recently against Fantasy here. Because I'm sure Fantasy has a plan for every single map in this pool. He has a plan for Medusa coming up here. And it looks like we are getting ready to start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is on Medusa, 3-player map. I will get the colors and positions, and then let the mayhem begin. Down here at the 7 o'clock position in orange, we have Fantasy. This is Fantasy's second OSL, and it's Jaedong's second OSL as well. But up here in red, at the 3 o'clock position, is Jaedong. The Zerg. Both of these guys have been to 2 OSLs, but the only difference is Jaedong won his. Fantasy was at the last OSL, did not win, took Stork over 5 games, but still did not win. Looks like Jaedong is going out here to scout the wrong direction with that Overlord, and we'll see what kind of crazy, crazy strategy Fantasy decides to go for on this map. I've seen a lot of Terrans going mech on this map, but the last Terran I saw go mech on this map, and it was against Jaedong, was 4GG, and 4GG got crushed, which I thought was very interesting because 4GG was a former teammate of Jaedong's. He recently went to KTF, but yeah, if a TVZ specialist and a teammate could not stop Jaedong on this map with mech, I don't really know what Fantasy's chances are here. So Fantasy is probably going to do a little bit of an adaptation, a mech adaptation, which he loves to do. Fantasy loves to throw Medica Marines in with mech, like Valkyries and Medica Marine Force that he used to beat Luxury to get here. Was very, very impressive, and we'll see if he goes for something like that here. I have a feeling he will. He'll probably go for some kind of mixed, maybe throw some Wraiths in there too. Valkyries and Wraith build, that's what you need. Looks like Jaedong is putting down his 12 hatch. And Fantasy is walling off down here. He does not want Jaedong to 5-pull him and take him off guard there, and he's putting up his gas early, so I'd say this is probably a mech build from Fantasy, unless he's just going for some early race. There is UUV, the intrepid coach, the one that is probably giving Fantasy all of these strategies. And yeah, just imagine the coaching staff behind Fantasy, just Boxer and UUV just looking on, telling him what to do. I just think that's very amazing that he has such great coaches there. But yeah, it's hard to tell if he's going to be able to use those strategies that his coaches gave him effectively against Jaedong, because Jaedong is known as one of the most he's one of the best players at adapting in the game, I think. Fantasy is putting down his factory. He's going to start off with some early factory goodness, and Jaedong, I think, scouted that with his drone. Jaedong was very smart to send out that drone scout, so now he knows exactly what's going on here. He's going to try to just lure that Marine away as long as he possibly can, just to waste Fantasy's time. Since this is the finals, it looks like Fantasy only has one SCV on gas, so he's probably going for just some quick vultures, something like that, and then he might switch to Medica Marine build. Because if he was going pure mech, I think he would have 3 SCVs on gas. But we'll see what happens here. The Hydralisk Den coming up for Jaedong. And Jaedong is trying to deny the scout. Oh, he does deny the scout on the Hydralisk Den, so Fantasy does not know what is coming his way. And Jaedong does not have his lair up yet, so it looks like Jaedong's going to probably get those Hydralisks out earlier. I think he will probably eventually switch to lurkers. I think it really depends. I think he's going to try to get another scout and see if Fantasy is going pure mech or not. If Fantasy is going pure mech, he's probably going to switch to just all Hydras instead of lurker build. But here comes the first vulture, and it looks like Jaedong does not have a sunken up, so this could be hard for Jaedong to defend off against unless he can get some more Zerglings out here. But yeah, the vulture is coming in. Usually you see a Zerg player put down a sunken in here to defend, and Fantasy actually running away here. It's very interesting. I think he probably could have been able to sneak by there, but now Jaedong has a lot of forces at his front door, and I don't think that vulture is going to get in. Fantasy's trying to be annoying, pick off some Zerglings, but I don't think he's going to be able to get in with this amount of Hydras. And Fantasy was building a starport down there, I know too, so we could be seeing some drops here. Some vulture drops is one of the things he's most fond of. And Fantasy is building more Marines, so this does look like an adaptative. Sure, why not? Yeah, that's my new word, adaptative. Oh, looks like Jaedong's trying to break the front here. Already trying to break the front. Unlucky for him, there is a tank there, so Jaedong cannot completely break this front. And he's kind of wasting units here. He's trying to get down this supply depot, but Fantasy has a lot of SCVs repairing it. Jaedong's got to back off. Jaedong has a lot of troops in here, though, and Fantasy only has one tank. If Jaedong snipes his tank, it might be over. One Wraith out here now for Fantasy, and he's got to devote every SCV to holding that line, because if Jaedong breaks through here, it's going to be over. And Jaedong's being super aggressive right now, but he's being almost a little bit too aggressive, I think. I think he lost some troops there that he probably shouldn't have. But now Jaedong is expanding again. He's going to get some more Hydras out, I assume. He's getting a Spire, so this is probably going to be a Mutilist and Hydralist half and half. It would be my guess build. While Fantasy is getting up his engineering bay, he does not want some Mutilist harassment to happen. One drone kill from that Wraith. But Jaedong does have Hydralists out here. But you know, this could be a ploy from Fantasy. Since I saw Fantasy making more Marines, it makes me think that he might be going for a Medica Marine build here soon. He is still pumping Marines. So this could be a ploy from Fantasy. This could be his plan to make Jaedong go for just a lot of Hydras and then eventually just move in with a Medica Marine force. And I think that's a very smart plan. The Hydralists are not very good against Medica Marine forces. But we'll see what happens. Fantasy does have one tank along too, so that's going to definitely help him in defending his front here. Since Jaedong is still trying to break the front, I don't think it's going to work this time. And Jaedong transitioning to what seems to be a 3-hatch Muta build soon. Oh, a Valkyrie out for Fantasy. Fantasy's Valkyrie Wraith ownage here coming up, and we'll see how Jaedong deals with this Valkyrie. I think Jaedong probably assumes something like Valkyries are going to come out here, but I don't think he scouted it yet. So this is going to be very exciting to see how he deals with it. Gets a couple of Scourge out, maybe try to take out that Valkyrie. Because if he goes for all Mutilus here, the Valkyrie is really going to tear that up. Oh, Jaedong almost taking down that Wraith.